we are going to see unseen passage. In some exams, passage is given as unseen and poem is also given as unseen passage. But sometime in some exams, poem and passage both are given as seen. It means already it's given in the text and questions are given on the basis of that prose or paragraphs. Okay, let's see some important points about comprehension that will help you to tackle the unseen passage in exam. So number 1, comprehension is the understanding and interpretation of written text. And next point is a comprehension usually consists of a passage and questions based on the given passage. So now we are seeing this comprehension is the understanding and interpretation of written text. So you are able to comprehend the first point when you read anything like magazine, in the newspaper, any prose taken from the text. And second point is a comprehension. I have written C in short. A comprehension usually consists of a passage and questions based on the given passage. So questions are always given on the basis of that passage. Now let's see another important point. The passage may be factual or argumentative. And fourth point, comprehension can also consist of a poem. As I have said previously, sometimes poem is also given to comprehend. Fifth point, comprehension is very important and can be used to develop one's reading and writing skills. To develop to expand one's vocabulary. To help one grasp information. So comprehension is the understanding and interpretation of written text. It means the text is given in front of you. You have to read quickly, rapidly, and then you will have a general perception on that topic. That is called your understanding of that written text. Next is comprehension usually consists of a passage and questions based on the given passage. So generally questions are given based on that passage. So passage comes in comprehension. You have to comprehend the passage or the poem or any extract is given. Factual or argumentative. As I said, sometime factual things are given in the passage, because passages mostly are taken from the newspaper, from the famous writer's book, or from any story. So these passages are used, and those are based on factual description, on facts. And sometime it becomes argumentative. Argumentative passage is bit difficult to tackle. Comprehension can also consist of a poem or a prose. So just now I have said sometimes poem also can be given as a seen or unseen passage, and sometimes prose. Prose, any extract taken from some writer's book or from the magazine. Comprehension is very important and can be used. Now the question is, why comprehension type of question is given to you in your examination? For the following reasons: to develop one's reading and writing skill. So this is a very important reason. In English, there are 4 skills you are learning: reading, writing, listening and speaking. But comprehension passage, reading, writing skill, it specifically develops your reading and writing skill. When you read, and then on the basis of that logic you follow, you understand, and then you write the answers. So it develops your reading and writing skill. To expand one's vocabulary is very important. The more you read any text, any prose from the newspaper, magazine, journals, so the more your vocabulary will increase. So you will have a wide range of vocabulary. To help one grasp information. Many people read, but there are only few who really grasp the information given in that passage. So it's very important to grasp information, the main points, main ideas given in that passage. That's called reading. The study of the art of comprehension enables one to comprehend the main idea. So the study of the art of comprehension. So reading is an art, comprehension is also an art, because you have to develop the habit of reading. So reading of, as I said, from various books and resources. And so when you develop that art, and then you are enabled to comprehend the main ideas. As soon as you read in your brain, so general main ideas are just grasped into your mind. Continue the passage and to answer the questions that follow the concerned passage. So in the 6th point, what is more important is to comprehend the main ideas given in the passage. Next is that can be developed through diligent practice. How you can very well comprehend the passage is a challenge for you. You want to write all your answers correct in that unseen passage given as a 15 or 10 marks, then you should able to grasp the whole general ideas, the main ideas given in the passage. So let's see what's the next point. Okay, dear students, I just would like to use a bilingual language and I'll try to explain this thing in Nepali. So, first point is comprehension is the understanding and interpretation of written text. भनेको comprehension भनेको कुनै पनि कुरालाई हामीले पढ्ने कुरालाई त्यसले बुझ्नु हो, त्यसले कुन लेभलमा हामीले बुझ्छौं हैन, त्यो अन्डरस्ट्यान्डिङ अनि इन्टरप्रिट बुझेर त्यसलाई कुन अर्थमा हामीले एक्सप्लेन गर्ने त्यसलाई अन्डरस्ट्यान्डिङ भन्छ. एन्ड युजुअली कन्सिस्ट अफ अ प्यासेज. अनि कम्प्रिहेन्सनमा प्यासेज दिएको हुन्छ कुनै न्युजपेपरबाट, कुनै जर्नलबाट, किताबबाट, फेमस राइटर्सको किताबबाट. अनि प्यासेज एन्ड क्वेसन्स बेस्ड अन द गिभन प्यासेज. अनि त्यही प्यासेजमा आधारित क्वेसन्सहरू, प्रश्नहरू दिएको हुन्छ अनि त्यही प्रश्नलाई पढेर अनि त्यसको उत्तर हल गर्नुपर्ने हुन्छ. एन्ड थर्ड पोइन्ट फ्याक्चुअल अर आर्गुमेन्टेटिभ. प्राय यो कम्प्रिहेन्सिभ प्यासेजहरू चाहिँ खास गरी जो हाम्रो दिन प्रतिदिनको जो घटनाहरूमा आधारित हुन्छ, फ्याक्चुअल अर आर्गुमेन्टेटिभ. आर्गुमेन्टेटिभ भनेको चाहिँ जसमा लजिकल कुराहरू, लजिकल सिक्वेन्स, लजिकल कुरा, बहसहरू अनि त्यस्तो कुराहरू चाहिँ दिएको हुन्छ. सो त्यही भएर फ्याक्चुअल र आर्गुमेन्टेटिभ टाइपको अनसिन प्यासेजहरू कहिले कहिले एक्जाममा आउँछ. कम्प्रिहेन्सन क्यान अल्सो कन्सिस्ट अफ पोएम. कहिले त्यसमा पोएम हुन्छ, कविता, अनि कहिले त्यसमा चाहिँ गद्य हुन्छ. कम्प्रिहेन्सिभ इज भेरी इम्पोर्टेन्ट एन्ड क्यान बी युज्ड. कम्प्रिहेन्सन हामीलाई किन चाहिन्छ, किन एक्जाममा दिएको हुन्छ हाम्रो, त्यसको कारण चाहिँ के हो भने त्यसले हाम्रो रिडिङ, पढ्ने क्षमतालाई विकास गर्छ. अनि राइटिङ स्किल, अनि लेख्ने, पढ्ने र लेख्ने पढ्ने भनेको जस्तो सरर त्यो किताब हेरेर पढ्ने होइन, त्यो पढेर त्यसमा लेखेको मेन आइडियाजहरू, त्यो हामीले कतिको हामीमा क्षमता छ त्यो गहराइले बुझ्ने, त्यो नै हाम्रो रिडिङ हो. इङ्ग्लिसमा त्यसले रिडिङ स्किल. अनि राइटिङ स्किल भनेको कुनै पनि विषयवस्तुलाई लिएर हामीले त्यो कसरी हामीले लजिकली प्रस्तुत गर्न सकिन्छ, आफ्नो आइडियालाई, आफ्नो एउटा जो हाम्रो सोच, आफ्नो ओपिनियन हुन्छ त्यसलाई हामीले कसरी प्रस्तुत गर्ने भन्ने नै त्यो राइटिङ हो. सो कम्प्रिहेन्सनको मुख्य फाइदा इम्पोर्टेन्ट के हो भने रिडिङ र राइटिङ स्किललाई त्यसले धेरै एकदम राम्रो गर्छ. टु एक्सप्यान्ड वन्स भोक्याबुलरी. अरू हाम्रो जो भोक्याबुलरीहरू हुन्छ नि इङ्ग्लिसमा, जस्तो वर्ड्सको मिनिङहरू एकदम लिमिटेड हुन्छ हाम्रो. अनि यस्तै प्यासेजहरू धेरै पढ्ने बानी गऱ्यो भने अरू किताबहरू, म्यागजिनबाट, अनि त्यसले हाम्रो भोक्याबुलरी, वर्ड मिनिङहरू हाम्रो धेरै बढ्छ, राम्रो हुन्छ. सो द मोर यु स्टडी भोक्याबुलरी, द मोर यु क्यान कम्प्रिहेन्ड द प्यासेज वेल. हेल्प वान ग्रास्प इन्फर्मेसन. अनि यस्तै प्यासेजहरू पढ्ने बानी, बढी रिडिङहरू गर्ने बानी भयो भने अनि त्यसमा भएको इन्फर्मेसनलाई कसरी पढ्ने, विषयवस्तु कसरी ट्याकल गर्ने, अनि इन्फर्मेसन, जनरल इन्फर्मेसन, सूचनाहरू, कुराहरू के भइरहेछ संसारमा, हाम्रो नजिकको वातावरणहरूमा, त्यो सबै हामीलाई थाहा पाउँछ. द स्टडी अफ द आर्ट अफ कम्प्रिहेन्सन इनेबल one to comprehend the main idea contained in the passage and to answer the questions that follow concerned passage. या भन्नु खोजेको कुरा त्यही हो. जस्तो मेन पोइन्ट्स हुन्छ, मुख्य कुराहरू. कुनै पनि चिज हामीले पढ्दाखेरि हामीले किन पढ्छौँ, त्यसमा मुख्य कुरा के छ त, त्यसमा हामीलाई के इन्ट्रेस्ट लाग्ने कुनै कुरा छ. कसैलाई पोलिटिकल कुरा इन्ट्रेस्टिङ लाग्छ भने कसैलाई सोसल लाग्न सक्छ. सो मेन पोइन्ट्स, मेन आइडियाज भनेको मुख्य कुरा अनि मुख्य विषयवस्तु. मुख्य विषयवस्तु के हो भनेर हामीले त्यो रिडिङ प्यासेजमा हेर्छौँ. दिस आर्ट क्यान बी डेभलप थ्रु डिलिजेन्ट प्र्याक्टिस. अनि यो कम्प्रिहेन्सन स्किललाई डेभलप गर्ने तरिका पनि के हो भने त्यसलाई धेरै प्र्याक्टिस गर्ने. धेरै प्र्याक्टिस गर्ने अर्थ चाहिँ धेरै किताबहरू पढ्ने, आफ्नो टेक्स्टभन्दा बाहिर न्युजपेपरहरू, म्यागजिन्सहरू, त्यो सम्बन्धित साइन्स फिक्सनहरू त्यस्तोहरू पढ्दाखेरि हाम्रो भोक्याबुलरी बिल्डअप हुन्छ, कम्प्रिहेन्सन स्किल राम्रो हुन्छ, अनि हामीले मेन आइडियाजहरू कसरी खोज्ने भन्ने थाहा हुन्छ. There are certain guidelines to tackle the unseen passage in the exam. So if you keep these things in your mind, it will help you a lot. Now let's see. Read the passage once. How many times? Once. In order to understand the gist of the passage. And remember, you have very less time in exam. Exam ma त time एकदम थोरै हुन्छ हैन, अनि टाइम म्यानेजमेन्ट गर्नु पर्यो, प्यासेजलाई पढेर बुझ्नु पर्यो, अनि क्वेशन्स पनि गर्नु पर्यो. सो read once रे, एकचोटी एकदम छिट्टो पढ्ने. Read the passage once in order to understand the gist of the passage. त्यो प्यासेजमा के लेखेछ, मुख्य बुदा के हो, मुख्य विषयवस्तु के भन्नु खोजेको त्यो बुझ्नुले सरल एकचोटी पढ्ने. Next point, read the passage second time and identify the essential parts. अनि त्यही प्यासेजलाई फेरि एकचोटी सेकेन्ड टाइम पढ्ने. अनि सेकेन्ड टाइम पढेपछि त्यसलाई सरल त्यसमा मुख्य आइडियाजहरु आइडेन्टिफाई गर्ने. सेकेन्ड टाइम एन्ड आइडेन्टिफाई द एसेन्शियल पोइन्ट्स. अनि दोस्रो चोटी पढ्दाखेरि मुख्य बुदाहरु त्यसलाई आइडेन्टिफाई गर्ने. त्यसलाई के गर्न सक्छ भने I would like to give you a suggestion. You can underline with your pencil. आफ्नो पेन्सिलले फर्स्ट टाइममै पढ्दाखेरि सरल आफूले जुन कुरा इम्पोर्टेन्ट लाग्छ जनरल आइडिया अन्डरलाइन गर्ने. अनि सेकेन्ड टाइम पढ्दाखेरि पनि जुन कुरा कीवर्ड्सहरु हुन्छ, मुख्य आइडिया हुन्छ, त्यसले रिपिट गरेको हुन्छ, त्यो कुरालाई जोडेको हुन्छ. अनि थर्ड, स्टडी द सेट अफ क्वेशन्स थरोली. दुई चोटी प्यासेज पढिसकेछौँ हामीले. अनि अब थर्ड चोटी चाहिँ के गर्ने भने क्वेशन्स, जुन क्वेशन्स दिएको हुन्छ त्यो सिनोनिम हुन सक्छ, एन्टोनिम्स हुन सक्छ, अनि ट्रू फल्स हुन सक्छ. अनि त्यो क्वेशन्स त्यसले के गर्ने, सरल एकचोटी क्वेशन्सलाई पनि पढ्ने. दुई चोटी प्यासेज पढ्ने अनि थर्ड चोटी चाहिँ क्वेशन्स पढ्ने. Refer to each questions and locate the answer in the passage. Then what you have to do is, after reading those questions, you try to find out the answer from the passage. अनि त्यो क्वेशन्सहरु पढिसकेपछि त्यही क्वेशन्सको आन्सर अघि हामीले पढ्दाखेरि सरल हामीले कहीं न कहीं आइडिया हुन्छ कि फर्स्ट प्याराग्राफमा छ कि फोर्थ लाइनमा छ कि फिफ्थ लाइनमा. अनि स्क्यान गर्ने हामीले आफ्नो आँखाले अनि आफ्नो माइन्डले के गर्ने, त्यो क्वेशन पढेको त्यसको आन्सरलाई इच क्वेशन्स लोकेट भनेको छ हैन. लोकेट भने त्यसले चिन्ह लाउने. लोकेट द आन्सर्स इन द प्यासेज. आफूले पढेको प्यासेजमा अघि पनि पेन्सिलले अन्डरलाइन गरेकै छ, अनि त्यसले फेरि लोकेट गर्ने, यो होला, यो लाइनमा मैले खोजेको आन्सर पाउनु सक्छ भनेर. युजुअली द क्वेशन्स अपियर इन क्रोनोलोजिकल अर्डर. एउटा खास कुरो ध्यानमा राख्नुपर्ने के हो भने प्राय क्वेशन्सहरु एउटा जो क्रमिक रूपले एउटा जो कहानी हाम्रो चलेको हुन्छ प्यासेजमा त्यही अनुसार क्वेशन पनि दिएको हुन्छ. अनि त्यही क्रमिक रूपले त्यो एउटा सिक्वेन्समा त्यो दिएको हुनाले त्यो फेरि त्यो प्यासेजलाई पढेर त्यसको आन्सर ठ्याक्क हामीले भेटिन्छ. त्यो राम्रो गरी हेर्नुपर्छ. द आन्सर शुड बी रिटन इन द proper order for each of the question. जस्तो एक्जाममा स्टुडेन्ट्सले के गर्छ भने जस्तो क्वेशन नम्बर 1 को A B C D यस्तो गरी क्वेशन समथिङ केही सोध्यो हैन. अनि स्टुडेन्टले के गर्दिन्छ भने C पहिला गर्दिन्छ, D B A जुन मन लाग्छ त्यही पहिला गर्दिन्छ. त्यो अर्डर नै बिगाड्दिन्छ. सो यु शुड नेभर डु दिस. त्यसले के प्रेजेन्टेसन प्रस्तुतिकरणमा पनि फरक पार्छ. अनि टिचरले हेर्दाखेरि एक्जामिनरले हेर्दाखेरि कपीमा केयरलेसली गरेको देखिन्छ. सो यु शुड ट्राई टु मेन्टेन द अर्डर. जुन वेले क्वेशन्स सोधेको छ you write the question and order very properly, and then it will help you to do the things systematically and in an organized way. Next is answer the questions in your own words using keywords from the passage. Very often I have seen what students do is they just copy 5-6 lines from the passage and write it as answer, which is not appropriate. So you have to write answer in your own words. It shows that you are able to comprehend the passage properly. Answer लेख्दाखेरि जहिले पनि आफ्नो शब्दमा लेख्नुपर्छ. त्यो ठ्याक्कै त्यो प्यासेजमा जे लेखेछ त्यो ल्याङ्ग्वेज कपी गर्नु हुँदैन अनि त्यसले के बुझिन्छ भने विद्यार्थीले पढ्दाखेरि त्यो कम्प्रिहेन्ड गर्नु सकिएन सो त्यो अर्थलाई बुझ्नु आफ्नो पर्सपेक्टिभमा बुझ्नु द्याट बिकम सब्जेक्टिभ एन्ड सो आफ्नो पर्सपेक्टिभमा कसरी बुझ्ने अनि त्यसलाई कसरी ट्याकल गर्ने वेयर डिड ही गो भनेर जुन टेन्समा क्वेसन सोधेको छ त्यही टेन्समा आन्सर दिनु जरुरी छ लाइक वेयर डिड ही गो भनेछ भने ही गोज टु मार्केट भन्नु मिल्दैन ही वेन्ट टु मार्केट बिकज पास्ट टेन्समा क्वेसन सोधेछ भने हामीले आन्सर पनि पास्ट टेन्समा दिने प्यासेजमा जुनसुकै टेन्स युज गरे तापनि हामीले आन्सर लेख्दाखेरि चाहिँ जुन टेन्समा हामीले क्वेसन सोधेछ त्यही टेन्समा हामीले आन्सर लेख्नुपर्छ सो इट विल बी भेरी एप्रोप्रिएट एन्ड हेल्पफुल टु यु सो द आन्सर सुड बी रिटन in the same tense. So the last point just I have mentioned, the answer should be written in the same tense in which question has been asked irrespective of the tense in the passage. Passage मा जुनसुकै tense use गरे पनि आन्सर लेख्दाखेरि चाहिँ क्वेसन कुन टेन्समा सोधेको छ सिम्पल प्रेजेन्टमा सोधेछ कि प्रेजेन्ट पर्फेक्टमा सोधेछ कि whatever it is asked. So let's see the next point. See the ninth point. Comprehension is a test of reading and writing skill. Comprehension means it is the test of reading and writing skills of any learner. Every person approaches a poem's passage from a different perspective. So it becomes a subjective. The answers are subjective. So you have a way of thinking. So each people used to think in a different way. They have their own thoughts. Perspective. So when you read the passage, the way you understood may not understood in the same way by someone else. So your answer becomes subjective. So therefore, when you write your answer, you should write in your own words, but understanding the general concept, what the question demands. If a passage has to be given a title, collect a title based on the main ideas, main event or main character. Sometimes the question is given, write a suitable title for the given passage. That time what you have to do is, as you had already read the passage, so you have to collect the main ideas and then you have to make 3-4 titles, not only just a single title. You have to take 3-4 titles and based on those main ideas, which one is the very appropriate one, you have to select the title because title is always surrounded with the main idea and main idea is always surrounded with the supporting idea. So whenever you select the title, it should be based on the main character or main points, main ideas. And other important thing is you have to avoid spelling mistakes and grammar and punctuation errors. Sometimes students used to make mistake in a very simple spellings also, and that shows a blunder. So you should avoid spelling mistake and simple grammar structure, and punctuation means when you finish your statement then you have to give full stop. And then if you are writing a question mark, you have to give exclamatory mark. Also these are the simple rules of punctuation like comma. Okay, so now I was talking about this comprehension. Comprehension is a test of reading and writing skill. Comprehension भनेकै reading र writing को test लिनु हो. Reading and writing skill को test लिनु नै comprehension हो. And next one is whenever you read your passage, you have to answer in your own words because it will help you. It shows that you have understood and comprehended the passage very nicely and deeply. If a passage has to be given a title, collect a title on the main ideas. Just now as I have said, so if you are told to write a title, then you have to select main ideas and make 2-3 titles, and which one is appropriate, right? This is the title. And avoid spelling error and grammar and punctuation mistake, and cross check the answers. The very important last but not the least is you have to cross check the answer. You have finished your this unseen passage questions, everything true, false, synonym, and once more you have to check the each questions that you are able to answer correctly, or have you left any question mistakenly. So you have to cross check the answer by reading the questions once again. So लास्ट को यो भन्ने अर्थ चाहिँ के हो भने अनसिन प्यासेज को क्वेशन्स गरिसकेपछि लास्टमा एकचोटि फेरि क्वेशन्स पढ्ने अनि त्यसको आन्सर मिल्यो कि मिलेन फेरि एकचोटि क्रस चेक गर्ने त्यसलाई, अनि त्यो आन्सर्स कुनै आन्सर छुटेको छ कि, सो व्हेन यू रीड इट सो यू विल गेट इट. So these are the main points you have to keep in mind to tackle the comprehension passage. So as I have already said to you, it requires a good reading and writing skill. If you don't have good reading skill, and then you are not able to solve the comprehensive passage, because when you have good reading, in the sense you must have the habit of reading some good magazines, articles from the different sources, so that you are able to grasp the general idea written by the writer. So limited vocabulary, those who have limited vocabulary, they will have lots of problem to do the comprehension passage, because of the limited vocabulary you are not able to grasp the main points which writer wants to convey to the reader. Identify the main ideas. So and you are able to identify the main ideas given in the passage. It will help you to do your answers correctly. Deeper understanding of the text. So deeper understanding of the text in the sense when you read those main points, those text, how you understand it, how you perceive that text is the main point. So let's recapitulate what are the general points we have read today to tackle the comprehensive passages. First of all, you have to read the text very quickly. Read the text very quickly. So read the text very quickly for the first time and underline with your pencil, as I said. And the second time, read the text and underline with the pencil some main ideas. And thirdly, read the questions. So after reading twice your passage, now you should read your questions, and then according to that questions you are going to scan your answer in your passage. So scan your answer. Scan here in the sense, scan your answer means you have to search your answer in that passage, because you had already underlined those general ideas, main ideas, and you are able to scan the answer. And next, after scanning your answer, write those answers in proper order. Don't make it jumble. Proper order is very necessary. Okay, so dear students, I have written a passage on the board and you have to see the passage, and I am going to read it and you have to see very carefully. As I told you that before solving the passage, tackle the passage in the exam, you need to read it first very quickly. So we are going to do that reading, and I am going to read in front of you and you have to see the passage very carefully. First reading once. One summer evening, I was sitting by the open window, reading a good but rather frightening mystery story. After a time, it became too dark for me to read easily, so I put my book down and got up to switch on the light. I was just about to draw the curtain as well when I heard a loud cry of "Help! Help!" It seemed to come from the trees at the end of the garden. I looked out, but it was now too dark to see anything clearly. Almost immediately, I heard the cry again. It sounded like a child, although I could not imagine how anybody could need help in our garden, unless one of the boys of the neighborhood had climbed a tree and could not get down. I decided, however, that I ought to go out and have a look in the garden, just in case someone was in trouble. I took the torch, which we keep for going down into the cellar, where there is no electric light, and picked up a strong walking stick, thinking that this might come in use too. Armed with these, I went out into the garden. Once again, I heard the cry. There was no doubt that it came from the trees at the end of the garden. "Who's there?" I called out as I walked rather nervously down the path that led to the trees. But there was no answer. With the help of my torch, I examined the whole of the part of the garden and the lower branches of the trees. There was no sign of anybody or anything. I came to the conclusion that someone was playing rather silly joke on me. So, as I read this passage in front of you, and I said that first we have to read very quickly, and second time when we read very quickly, then we have to identify some main points by highlighting it. So, I had already done for you one summer evening and then reading a good but rather frightening mystery story. So, I here means the boy, the narrator, the writer. So what he was doing was reading a good book, rather frightening mystery. Already the key word is given here. Frightening also, mystery also. After a time, it came to dark and for me to read easily. So it's only about the book. And now I had underlined, which I think the second important point, I heard a loud cry of the "Help, help." Then I had highlighted the main idea. It was now too dark to see anything, and then I have highlighted the point. I decided, however, that I ought to go out and have a look in the garden, and just in case someone was in trouble. So these are the main ideas which I have highlighted. Once again, I heard the cry. There was no doubt that it came from the trees at the end of the garden. "Who's there?" I called out as I walked rather nervously down path led to the trees. So these are also the point which I think is important. And at the last, I came to the conclusion that someone was playing a rather silly joke on me. So these are the main points. First time you just read very quickly, rapidly, and second time when you read, you are going to see the main points and you are going to highlight those points for the general idea of the passage. And third point is what you are going to do is you are going to see the set of questions. Now let's see the set of questions. Okay students, let's see the question. Write true for the true statement and false for the false statement, and the marks is 4 into 0.5 is equal to 2. So there are 4 items given, each belongs to 0.5, and so total is 2 marks. So you have to crack this question of 2 marks by writing answer very correctly. So let's do it. What you have to do, you have to read the set of questions. My third point. The writer was having dinner when he heard a loud cry of help. So did you find anywhere this line in the passage that writer was having dinner while he heard a loud cry? So you can check your main points where you have underlined. Reading a book and he heard a loud cry, and then it was very dark to see anything. I ought to go out. He wants to help someone in the garden, and once again I heard the cry. He again heard the cry, and he asked for that, and he found no one in the garden. So you found that this statement is not given in the sentence. So the answer is false. Answer is false. I am just making a box to highlight you. The sound seemed to come from the garden outside. Now what do you think? Is it correct? The sound seemed to come from the garden outside. Yes, it's true. The answer is true. And he took no notice of the cry. He avoided the cry and he just kept on reading his book. So in your main points you can check. What did he? I heard a loud cry of the help, help. In the key point it is he heard it. He didn't avoid it. He took no notice of the cry. Is false. He found nobody in the garden. So what do you think? Is it true? He came there by taking his torch. He came there, he tried to find out, and he found no one. At the conclusion, in this key idea, I came to the conclusion that someone was playing a rather silly joke on me. So he is saying that he didn't find anyone in the garden. And your question is, he found nobody in the garden. So it's true or false? Yes, it's true. So this is what we had done in the first point, quick, very rapidly, quick reading, rapid reading. The second, highlight the point, main points. And third, you read the set of questions and then scan the answers from those key ideas. So now let's see the other answer. So other questions, other set of questions. Okay, let's see the next question. Next question is question number B. Put the following sentences in correct order. This is also 4 items given. Each belongs to 0.5. So total marks is 2 marks. Just now we had done the 4 questions of 2 marks and now that was true false. And now we are going to do this making a correct order. This also belongs to 2 marks. Put in the order means what you are supposed to do. You have to make an order of sequence. जुन यो कहानी हाम्रो चलिरहेको हुन्छ नि यो कहानीले एउटा अर्डरमा जुन घटनाक्रम हामीले जुन अनुसार हामीले यो प्यासेजमा पढेको छ त्यो घटनाक्रम जसरी भयो त्यही घटनाक्रमलाई हामीले अर्डरमा मिलाउने हो अनि यहाँ चाहिँ जम्बल वेमा दिएको छ सो मेनी स्टुडेन्ट्स भेरी अफन मेक मिस्टेक थिंकिङ दैट they make the order of the sentence. You don't have to make the order of the sentence. You have to make the order of the sequence of the events. So अब इम्पोर्टेन्ट पोइन्ट मैले के भन्नु छ भने यो अर्डर गर्दाखेरि धेरै जति स्टुडेन्ट्सहरूले के गर्छ भने यो वर्ड्सहरूलाई नै अर्डर गरिदिएको हुन्छ वर्ड्सलाई अर्डर गर्ने हैन वर्ड्स अलरेडी सेन्सिबल सेन्टेन्स छ यो वर्ड्सहरूलाई अर्डर नगरिकन हामीले यो इभेन्टलाई जो हाम्रो जो घटना क्रमिक रूपले यहाँ प्रस्तुत गरेको छ त्यस्तै यहाँ प्याराग्राफमा खोजेर गर्ने नाउ लेट्स सी हाउ टु डु इट Perhaps someone was playing rather silly joke on him. So, perhaps someone. So, what do you think? यो कहाँ आउँछ यो हाम्रो प्यासेजमा यो लास्टमा घटेको कि सुरुमा घटे सुरुमा राइटर के गरिरहेको थियो न्यारेटर के गरिरहेको उ त हि वाज रिडिङ बुक हैन सो यो लास्ट इभेन्ट चाहिँ हामीले आफ्नो लास्टको मेन पोइन्ट्समा पाउँछौँ इफ यु चेक इट इफ यु सी अगेन सो हि इज सेइङ दैट I came to the conclusion that someone was playing a rather silly joke on me. ठ्याक्क यो जो हाम्रो पोइन्ट छ perhaps someone was playing यो silly joke भन्ने यो कुरा हामीले ठ्याक्कै हामीले लास्ट लाइनमा पाउँछौँ सो लास्ट लाइन यसको मतलब के हो यो लास्टमा क्रमिक रूपले हामी जाँदाखेरि यो कुरो अन्तमा भएको थियो अनि अब यहाँ 4 आइटम हुनाले यो चाहिँ हाम्रो 4th नम्बरमा आउने हो द राइटर थट टु गो आउटसाइड एन्ड ह्याभ अ लुक अब राइटरले सोच्यो म बाहिर गएर हेर्छु के हुँदैछ भनेर यो कहाँ पाउँछ त हाम्रो मेन पोइन्ट्समा लेट्स सी रिडिङ अ बुक हर्ड अ लाउड क्राई हेल्प हेल्प आई हर्ड द क्राई अगेन इट साउन्डेड लाइक अ चाइल्ड आई वुड टु गो आउट एन्ड ह्याभ अ लुक इन द गार्डन just in case of someone was in trouble. So यो यहाँको मेन पोइन्ट्सतिर हामीले पाउँछौँ यो कुरा. सो त्यो त हामीले लास्ट इभेन्टमा अर्डर अलरेडी दिइसक्यो. नाउ लेट्स सी सम मोर. अब अरू कहाँ कुन कुन घटना क्रमिक रूपले कहाँ पर्दो रहेछ. ही हर्ड अ लाउड क्राई शाउटिङ फर हेल्प. अनि यो आई हर्ड अ लाउड क्राई फर हेल्प हेल्प. अनि यो चाहिँ कुरा यहाँ. अनि त्यसपछि द राइटर वाज रिडिङ अ फ्राइटनिङ एन्ड मिस्टिरियस स्टोरी. यो त फर्स्टमै भनेको छ. त्यो राइटर मिस्टिरियस स्टोरी पढिरहेको थियो. एउटा डरलाग्दो कहानी किताबमा पढिरहेको थियो. अनि रहस्यमय मिस्टिरियस. अनि त्यही भएर यो मिस्टिरियस स्टोरी यहाँ आउने हुनाले यो नम्बर 1 पोजिसनमा आउँछ. अनि यो ही हर्ड अ लाउड क्राई यहाँ आउँछ. यो भन्न पहिला यो आउँछ घटनाक्रम. अनि यो चाहिँ 2 नम्बरमा आउँछ इभेन्ट. अनि फेरि ऊ उठेर बाहिर हेर्नु जान्छ. त्यो कुरा चाहिँ हामीलाई यो पोइन्टमा भनेको छ. सो दिस इज द 3rd नम्बर. अब हाम्रो सिक्वेन्स मिल्यो. हाम्रो इभेन्ट क्रोनोलोजिकल अर्डरमा क्रमिक रूपमा मिल्यो. नम्बर 1 2 3 4. सो डुइङ इन द एक्जाम लाइक दिस इज नट इनफ. एक्जाममा फेरि यति मात्रै गरेर नम्बर 1 2 3 गरेर छोडिदिने होइन. Because examiner is not going to give you marks. So for marks, what you have to do, you have to write this thing in order. Now let's see, I'll just write for you. Okay, so students, I have just written in a correct order. This is the correct order because this is the first event happens according to the story. And then secondly, he heard a loud cry shouting for help. Thirdly, the writer thought to go outside and have a look. And fourthly, perhaps someone was playing rather silly joke on him. This is the last part. You can check. The writer was reading in the key main idea. You have already marked it. And the 2 heard a loud cry. So here he heard a loud cry. Writer thought to go outside. In this main idea, he is going outside. And the last one, perhaps he is saying that someone is playing a silly joke on him. So in this way, you can order your sentences according to the chronological events. क्रमिक रूपले जो घटनाक्रम जुन अनुसार भएको छ यो स्टोरीमा त्यही अनुसार यहाँ लेख्ने. कतिपय लेख्दाखेरि स्टुडेन्ट्सले ABCD को अगाडि यस्तो गरेर लेख्छन्. So this is the wrong method of writing. You are not going to get any marks. This is quite confusing. Never do this. You have to write in a proper order. Now let's see the next questions number C. So question number 1, C, as I said, there will be 3 items I am going to write, and each question contains 2 marks, and so you will have 3 into 2 equal to 6 marks and total 10 marks. So why did the writer get up to switch on the light? Now the question is writer batti balnu kina utheko? In this paragraph, in the very first line, in the main idea where you have highlighted, यहाँ नै आन्सर दिएको छ. After a time, it became too dark for me to read easily. So I put my books down and got up to switch on the light. यहाँ कारण के भनिन्छ भने उसले पढ्दा पढ्दा यति अँध्यारो भयो केही पनि देख्नै सकेन अँध्यारोले गर्दा. त्यही भएर ऊ बत्ती बाल्नु उठ्यो. यहाँ क्वेसन छ, why did the writer get up to switch on the light? So now you can write your answer in this way. He got up to switch on the light. Instead of the writer, what you can say, he, pronoun, he got up to switch on the light because it was too dark for him to see anything. So this can be the one more important thing you have to keep in mind is, as I have said, you have to write the answer in the tense which is asked. The question given, why did the writer got up to switch on the light means the writer is given, question is given in the past tense, simple past tense. So you are supposed to give your answer also in the past tense. जुन टेन्समा क्वेसन सोधेको छ त्यही टेन्समा हामीले आन्सर पनि लेख्नु पर्ने हुन्छ. जस्तो क्वेसन सिम्पल प्रेजेन्टमा सोधेको छ भने सिम्पल प्रेजेन्टमा, अनि सिम्पल पास्टमा सोधेको छ भने आन्सर पनि सिम्पल पास्टमा लेख्ने. दिस इज द डिमान्ड अफ दिस कम्प्रिहेन्सन प्यासेज. He got up to switch on the light. He got up to switch on the light because it was too dark for him to see anything or to read anything. उ त पहिला किताब पढिरहेको थियो हैन, he was reading a book and now he is not able to read book anymore because of the darkness. Now let's see the question number next. Where did the cry of help come from? Where did the cry of help come from? Where did the cry of help come from? So this is the next question. In this question, where did the cry of help come from? Again, the question is asked in the past tense. So, where do you find the answer? You have already the cry of help, help. It seemed to come from the trees at the end of the garden. Very easily, you can scan your answer, very clearly mentioned here. It seemed to come from the trees at the end of the answer. You can write this line in your book because this is exactly what given. But तर पनि आन्सर लेख्दाखेरि आफ्नै शब्दमा लेख्ने भनेर हामीले यो कम्प्रिहेन्सन प्यासेजको रुलहरू पढेको थियो. आफ्नै शब्दमा लेख्दा बेटर हुन्छ. सो where did the cry of help come from? It seemed to come from at the end of the garden. At the end of the garden. So this is the answer B, and then the last C. Question number C is, how did the writer get prepared to go out? How did the writer get prepared to go out? Answer C. Now, what is the meaning of question? How did the writer get prepared to go out? It means what preparation writer does to go outside. Means उ बाहिर जानु लाग्दाखेरि उले आफूसँग के तयारी गर्छ. बाहिर जानु त्यति त जानु भएन. It was so dark. So he was looking for a torch, if you remember, and pick up a strong walking stick. यहाँ भनेको छ. I took the torch. I भनेको writer took the torch which we keep for going down into the cellar where there is no electric light, and picked up a strong walking stick. अनि यहाँ हामीले के पाउँछौँ भने फर्स्टमा उसले टर्च लियो अनि सेकेन्डमा उसले एउटा वकिङ स्टिक लियो. सो द वे यू क्यान राइट योर आन्सर इज ओके. सो आन्सर नम्बर सी, एज आई टोल्ड यू that you have found, the writer took the torch, he took the walking stick, but you have to keep in mind this is the 2 marks for each number. 2 marks means a lot. 2 number को लागि torch र stick. If you write तपाईले आन्सर लेख्दाखेरि टर्च अनि कमा लाएर वकिङ स्टिक ल्यायो भने मार्क्स पाउँदैन, ओन्ली हाफ मार्क्स. यो त 2 मार्क्सको 2 मार्क्सको लागि यु हेभ टु राइट द फुल सेन्टेन्स लाइक द राइटर टुक द टर्च द राइटर टुक द टर्च हाम्रो यो पास्ट टेन्स हो पास्ट टेन्समा क्वेसन सोधेछ फर गोइङ डाउन इन्टु द सेलर सेलरमा जानुलाई उसले यो एक्सप्लेन पनि गरेको छ होइन टर्च किन लियो किन अँध्यारो थियो अनि उसले सेलरमा जानु पर्थ्यो वेयर देयर इज नो इलेक्ट्रिक लाइट एन्ड पिक्ड अप अ स्ट्रङ वकिङ स्टिक अनि वकिङ स्टिकले हिँड्नुमा उसलाई हेल्प हुन्छ भनेर यो लेख्यो सो यस्तो कम्प्लिट आन्सर लेखे मात्रै यो हामीले 2 मा 2 पाउँछ सो नाउ यु ह्याड तपाईको पहिला क्वेसन थियो ए मा थियो ट्रु फल्स अनि बी मा थियो अर्डर अनि सी मा थियो क्वेशन्स ट्रु फल्स 2 मार्क्स को अनि यो अर्डर 2 मार्क्स को अनि यो चाहिँ 6 मार्क को 6 7 8 9 10 सो टोटल कम्प्रिहेन्सन प्राय इन द एक्जाममा प्राय क्वेशन्स आउँछ 10 मार्क्स को प्यासेज अथवा 15 मार्क्स को प्यासेज आउँदाखेरि तपाईको टार्गेट के हुनुपर्छ भने तपाईले 10 मा 10 ल्याउने ओके किनभने हामी पहिल्यै कम ल्याउँछु भनेर त हाम्रो प्लान हुँदैन पहिले 10 मा 10 ल्याउने एउटा पनि क्वेशन मिस्टेक नगर्ने नो स्पेलिङ मिस्टेक दैट शुड बी योर टार्गेट टु सल्भ द कम्प्रिहेन्सन very properly and confidently. These are the very important tips which I have said. So just read the main idea, highlight it with your pencil and look at the keywords. Scan गर्ने कुन चाहिँ मुख्य आइडियाहरु हुन्छ त्यो कीवर्ड्सहरु दिएको हुन्छ त्यो वर्ड्सले नै थाहा पाउँछ कि यसको आन्सर यो लाइनमा होला लास्ट प्याराग्राफमा होला के भन्नु खोजेको छ भनेर हामीले बुझिन्छ Okay, hope so next time when you get such question, you are able to do very nicely. Thank you so much.